Alright, hello and welcome back to Quest for Glory 5. In the last video, Galahad went and made peace with the Triton people, though we have not yet officially claimed victory in the right of peace. We want to make one stop first over at Science Island. I think we have a few questions to ask the scientists about why Elsa and our character here were given these poisoned drugs, poisoned candy rather, and who the really big guy was that Anne mentioned who dropped the candy off in our room. So let's head across these gorgeous waters for the last time. Luckily. Pull the switch, wait for it to come around. Enjoy the Paladin path of dealing with the Tritons. There's really no particular brains about it, it's just look at how incredibly powerful I am and run away from me until we make peace. Alright, swing around. Now, if you'll recall, we had to take a quiz, well, two quizzes, our second, or our first time here on Science Island, back, I think, on day 2. And the second quiz that we took gave us a password. Now, this is the first time that we've ever been here on Science Island where neither of the scientists nor Gort are here, meaning that we actually have access for the first time ever to this little panel back here. And, if we look at it, it's asking for a code, which for us, I believe, was algebra. Let's see. Awesome. You are correct.
You should not have done that! You are not yet mentally prepared for the marvels that science reveals within its secret lab. Please go away!
Well, we'll think about it. Maybe we'll go away later. Let's have a little chat first.
I was just doing some minor adjustments on Gort. He was starting to act a bit heroic, and that would be most unwise. Science should be cautious, not foolhardy.
Oh, well then.
Gort is now completely waterproof. He should have no problem seeking Atlantis, assuming that it exists, of course.
Well, yes, of course.
Science shall rule Silmaria whether Silmaria wishes it or not. Too long it has suffered from superstitious poppycock under the domination of the so-called wizards. With those charlatans properly drugged, we scientists will reign supreme.
It's a bit of an evil laugh there, bud.
Some people might object to having a reanimated dead creature for a king. However, Gort shall be guided by my scientific genius, and such superstitious prejudice shall be eliminated.
All right.
You have not yet proved yourself worthy of the knowledge of this laboratory. Kindly forget that you have seen this.
Yeah, I think we'll do just that.
By the way, try not to mention the fact that Gort isn't quite human. Some people just won't understand. It shall be our little secret. Oh, and that bit about the drugged wizards? Forget you heard that. Why don't you? That's a good one.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's get out of here. And we will go to the Hall of Kings, where we will certainly claim victory, but perhaps there'll be some other news for us to drop. We'll see. Alright. Oh, you know what? Probably had to take off our Ring of Truth to put on the water-breathing amulet, so let's put that back on. Nice. Not that it actively does anything, I just like having it on. I feel like it suits our character. Every now and then, it's nice to lean into the story. Alright, let us show Peace statue to the guards. Claim victory in this sixth rite. Sixth and penultimate.
You have completed the rite of peace. All will be summoned shortly.
So first time we've ever been up on the stand here.
Dr. Pretorius, you are accused of drugging the wizards Erasmus and Chakra and attempting to drug others. What have you to say of this?
I have harmed no one. I have merely attempted to make certain that those pesky perverters of reality who call themselves wizards do not interfere with this contest. This was done to make certain that science should prevail over such nonsensical sorcery. This kingdom must be ruled by reason, not magical quackery.
You do not deny that you and Gort are directly involved with drugging the wizards?
Of course not. I'm a perfectly honest person.
Very well. By your own words, Dr. Pretorius, you have convicted yourself of the crime of distributing illegal drugs. Gort, you too are accused of being an accomplice and accessory to this crime. You are disqualified from the rights of rulership.
No, you can't disqualify Gort. I protest. Science must rule.
This is not fair. You are fools, all of you, to believe that neutralizing magicians is some sort of crime. They perpetrate the crime of altering reality. Why don't you convict them? We scientists deserve to rule this misbegotten little kingdom. Only we can show the world the way to the future. Only we can destroy the superstitious sorcerers and let technology triumph. We will overcome the occult. Science rules.
Take them away.
He seems well balanced. Yes, so Mobius and Pretorius are actually the same person.
The people of Atlantis have pledged their alliance with Silmaria. Our boats will again be able to sail without fear of attack from the tritons of the sea. Our harbor will again be safe for free trade. The Prince of Shapir went into the depths of the sea. He found Atlantis and brought forth the symbol of peace between our lands and people. Thus ends the right of peace.
We go rest and then come back.
By tradition, there have always been 7 rights of rulership. The quests have always been of the highest importance to the kingdom. The last of these quests is always the most critical. This is the final right of rulership. Our kingdom has been terrorized by an assassin. Our king, our citizens, and our comrades have fallen to his poisonous blade. He must be stopped. However, an assassin is but a tool. Mercenaries invading our countryside are but a tool. Inciting war between the Tritons and Silmaria too somehow ties into our present situation. It is not a coincidence that all these events have occurred now. You will seek out the cause of all these events. You will find the one person responsible for these terrible deeds. You will make that person pay for all the death and destruction he has brought to Silmaria. This is the right of justice.
So begins the right of justice. Alright, let's stop in and see our friend the adventurer. I'm just going to stop by Polos' shop and make a little purchase. I don't think... Yeah, we have plenty of pills, so we don't need to see Salim and Julinar. Hello, Polos. You have something I want. Well, something I want to give someone, but still.
What can I sell you?
Buy the Dragon Slayer sword, or much less than he's asking. This should be fine.
Nice dealing with you.
Right, moving on. Let's go see the adventurer. Hello, sir.
Hi there. Been making a list of the stuff I want to take with me when I go adventuring again. I've got to get some healing potions. You can never have too many healing potions, you know.
Fair enough.
I've got a bad feeling that something big is about to happen. It's the kind of feeling I had when I visited Pompeii just before Vesuvius decided to blow. It's not exactly a good thing, whatever it is.
Any last names for us?
You want to know all my secrets, don't you? Let me think for a moment. Yes, here's one. My name, it was Don Juan when I journeyed to Madrid. The senoritas were quite fond of all the things I said and did. I've been known as Casanova when I strolled Venice by night. All the ladies would throw kisses. All the men would pick a fight.
Definitely fitting that the final names he gave us are Don Juan and Casanova.
Don't get too caught up in this rulership thing. There's been a lot of stuff going on besides the rites here on Marite. Someone's been breaking the dragon posts and obviously setting up to release the dragon. Now, this dragon isn't one of those flying beasties that trophy hunters are fond of putting up on walls. This is the monster that the wizards of Atlantis inadvertently released many, many eons ago. The wizards had to send Atlantis to the bottom of the sea to escape the total destruction by the dragon. Most of the wizards died trying to bind the dragon. That's why Atlantis is still underwater. No one was powerful enough to release it after the wizards were killed. The dragon will destroy Marite completely if it's released, and probably Atlantis this time as well. Legend says it can't be bound unless there is a standing dragon pillar. Legend also says it can't be destroyed unless someone sacrifices his life for the dragon. This won't be much of a kingdom to rule if the dragon rises.
Those were some very important key points we'll have to remember later.
Suspicious of that rich miser? He has been in the midst of stuff lately. Several centuries ago, Marite was ruled by the House of Minos. That kingdom was lost when the king decided to pursue revenge rather than rule the city. Minos had been an advisor for the late king for a year or so. Not sure how good his advice was. Minos reminds me of his ancestor. Rather petty and fond of revenge.
All right, let's
I do
depart.
feel like things are going to get worse around here before they get better. Watch yourself.
We will do our best. All right, let's go back to our room because we want to head off for another visit with Erana. Let's get on our balloon here. We should come up with some name for it. I don't know what it is. Call it the Glory. I got nothing. Anyway, there it is. Works really far away. So, we're going to go visit Erana, have a little chat about what's going on. And then we have a task to accomplish tonight over at the Dead Parrot with Ferrari. We finally have something of sufficient value that he'll be willing to trade the deed
Welcome
to us.
again to my garden. Enjoy a moment of beauty when you can. I know you are very busy. You must feel very happy at the success of your peace mission. You have saved many, many lives. Congratulations.
Indeed we did. Thank you.
Now that I have my island home set up, I will be learning as much as I can about the problems you are facing here in Silmaria. I will try to help you as much as I can.
We'll talk about the joys of peace.
I spoke with some tritons who swam near my island. They have been called back to Atlantis to strengthen the defense of the city. It seems you proved to them that they were vulnerable to a concerted attack. They spoke to me of the peace agreement. I let them know that their kind would always be welcome to my island. There will always be peace here.
Very nice. We can spread the peace around.
I will do what I can to learn more about what you speak. It is sad to know that this beautiful land has so much danger and wickedness.
And of course, before we set off on our dangerous quest, we must request a kiss.
You wish to kiss me? No one has ever asked that of me before. I am not wholly human, you realize. We are friends, more than friends, but we are not lovers. I need to think this over. I never thought that there could be someone to be a part of my life. I have been a loner. Please have patience, and thank you for the offer. I am honored.
It's a very cute response.
May peace always fill your life, my friend.
All right, we're going to head back to Silmaria. And just to be cautious, we're actually going to take rather a long way around to the Dead Parrot. All right, Hit inside. Tell you what, I'll unpause when we get the dead parrot in. We're just going to go up the northern way. Hang on. Alright, let's get moving. Oops, didn't mean to unpause yet. Oh, welcome back. Alright, here we go. This time I actually meant to come back. Let's head inside and chat with the big guy, proprietor.
You look very pleased with yourself. What can I do for you now?
And always, he has great insight into people.
When I see you with a smile like that, I begin to worry. I feel as though I'm about to experience an unwelcome surprise.
I don't know if it's particularly unwelcome. He seems okay with the deal when we make it.
Do you have something to trade for the gnome's deed?
I think so. Let's offer him this peace statue.
Interesting. It does have distinct possibilities. This is an acceptable trade for the deed to the gnome inn. I thank you for such a kind offer. You may give this deed back to Anagramma with my compliments.
Alright, now we definitely want to magnet our way back to the inn. We're going to pop downstairs. And we will give Anne the deed. I imagine she'll be rather pleased with.
What? You got it? Yippee! The deed is done. Thanks so much. I'd be a homeless gnome without this. And the cooks would have to find jobs as circus clowns again. You saved us.
That'd be a pretty
Talk
okay
about
losing
flower
them.
power. It's the man of the hour. You're a blossom buddy and my heroes. I'd love to plant my tulips on yours.
I guess we never talked to her after the inn bloomed.
Cauliflower! I didn't believe you at first, but you exceeded my expectations. I'm in the bloom of health and just dandy, Lion.
Oh, these are all painful.
With all those flowers growing outside, the place looks positively blooming, Dale. It has to be seed to be believed. The magic worked just fine, and it all stems from you.
Okay, goodbye.
Have a good Daisy.
Alright, let's go to our room. Faster than walking. We will go to sleep. And we have one more task to complete in the morning.
Hey, Prince, wake up. I need to speak with you again. I'm heading back to Minos Island. I now know where I can find the proof that he's guilty. I just want you to know who to blame if I don't come back.
I feel like we could have put the lights on before we had that part of the talk. Alright, before we talk, I want to give her this Dragon Slayer sword so she can use that if needed.
You give me this? This is a gift that I will gladly accept. You understand my warrior's heart. I thank you fully.
Alright, and let's chat, see what's going on.
Minos and I have been getting into many arguments lately. He is learning that I do not follow his orders. He wants people to obey him without question. I do not like Minos, nor do I trust him.
Who would, really?
I saw something in Minos' treasure room that looked like the prophecy stone. If it is the prophecy stone, then that means that Minos is behind all the breaking of the dragon pillars. I don't know what he's up to yet, but I intend to find out.
Alright, ask about Elsa and how she's doing.
These rites will soon be over. They have been difficult and dangerous. It may well be that you will win and I shall lose. Still, I regret nothing. It has been most interesting working with you, and against you.
Alright, ask her to be careful.
Of course I shall be careful. I am not an inexperienced fool, as you should know. Still, it is good that you care for my safety. You are a fine hero.
Alright, and now we will tell her goodbye.
We will meet again. I am certain of that. Farewell.
She leaves eventually. She does a little stretch first. There we go. Alright, now today we're going to be breaking up a little bit, but let's just get the day started. See how Anne feels about having the deeds we're in.
I just wanted to thank you again for giving me the deed. I didn't want you to think I was an ingrate. So the cooks and I whipped up a special meal for you.
That sounds awful.
You're my hero, Joe.
Barely even rhymes.
Having this deed is a big weight off my shoulders, let me tell you. I was afraid I was going to be indigent and incapable of making a living.
All right.
With all the neat stuff we did to this inn, I'm sure this will be a big hit with the tourists. I just hope we get some tourists.
And how are the cooks feeling?
They really wanted to go out of their way to make an unforgettable dinner for you.
All right, let's sit down and eat.
Sit down. Let me get you something to eat before you go.
And we will yet again listen to one of Anne's spiels, unfortunately. Well, this one ends more pleasantly than most do. Or really any of them outside of this one.
We call this Hero Surprise. Messy Tessie was fixing roast beef stuffed with crab for you. Tony Maloney was fixing broiled quail with brandy sauce. My gal Sal was making a chocolate temptation cake. And Rover was making bouillabaisse. Unfortunately, Tony sniffed a little too much brandy and set the quail on fire. Tessie dumped the bouillabaisse to put out the fire and poured it all over Sal's cake instead. During the confusion, the crab ate the beast and wandered off. So I went out and bought you a pizza.
That sounds like a win to me. All right. So let's go and take a trip out to see Erana. Our last trip to her island. Well, our last trip within the game, although hopefully the trips will continue when all is said and done. We'll fly our way up here. Now, strictly speaking, after this, we won't need our balloon again, but I usually like to keep it. Just, I don't know, seems fun. Either way, let's head inside and have a little
The
chat.
peace agreement that you have made with the people of Atlantis is good for Silmaria and Atlantis. You have done wonders, my friend.
Well, that's very kind of you to say.
I am so glad to see you, as always. I am deeply troubled by the omens of disaster that surround this land. It is almost as frightening as Mordavia was when the Dark One was first being summoned. I fear the death that could face us both.
I will admit, I think the Dark One was a little more dangerous than the Dragon, but not by a huge margin.
Justice is seldom merciful. Be aware that bloodshed often brings more bloodshed, and death opens doors as well as closes them. The prophecy of doom is a prophecy of death, and I fear that you will be an instrument of fate. The prophecy of doom spoke of a dragon bound by the dragon pillars beneath the island of Merit. It is not a true dragon. It is a collected force of elemental fire and destructive magic bound in the form of a dragon. Thus, it cannot be defeated by mere force of arms. If it is released, it will need the binding magic of a pillar to be restored, and a willing sacrifice out of love for others to defeat the power. You must find the prophecy stone and prevent it from being broken in blood. Otherwise, the Dragon of Doom will destroy this kingdom.
That seems like a negative. We should not have that happen.
I will be using all my magics to learn more about this prophecy and the dragon. I will let you know by magic if I learn anything of importance.
Alright, I think it's finally time to express our love to Erana.
It is so wonderful to hear you say those words. All the loneliness of my life melts away knowing how you feel. I love you dearly too.
Alright, and before we say goodbye, we should offer her this ring.
I never thought anyone could ever love me. I am too strange looking, too different. Who would want someone who hides in the woods, casting simple spells of peace? Even in the shadowland of death, I dreamed of you. You were my hero, the only person I knew with whom I could share my hopes and fears. I thought I could trust you. I knew I could love you. I just didn't know you could love me. Yes, gladly will I accept this ring. Joyfully will I marry you and share your life. However, there is no time for our love right now. The danger is too great that the dragon will rise soon. We need to do what we can to save Silmaria. When this danger is over, then we will be free to love.
Well, that's very sweet. Yeah, I think Erana's half human and half, fairy, I believe?
Be careful. I have never cared as much for anyone as I do for you.
Okay, so we can just take the magnets back, but I'm going to fly our balloon here. I like to think that eventually we give this to Wolfie as a gift. We can fly back home to Punjabi. And there's just one tiny little thing that we want to do here. It's of pretty minimal importance, but we will do it quickly. Head inside. And we're just going to pop into the Adventurers Guild chat. Right, here we are. With young Toro.
Hero man go water place. Elsa not go water place.
The water place.
Hero man do good, bring peace. Toro not swim. Elsa no go water place. Elsa no hold breath too long. Minos try get magic breath thing, but no find. Minos mad. Good luck, hero man.
Just had to hear Toro's update on things, but I think we'll end things here. When we come back, it'll still be the same day. We'll just have to jump to the evening, and then we'll see what we can do about pursuing the right of justice. But till then, see ya.